Okay, while the mic is on, I'm gonna, and I really just want Live to say this. You know, don't get used to it. It's not going to be a regular thing. It's just not. But I do want to put this out there. Okay, the whole recording thing, right? Imagine people feel like they got something on stuck because they recorded something that Stuck said or something that they, think Stuck did. Well, if you weren't here, you don't know what I was doing. You don't have no visuals to go along with whatever it is you got. So you got something that you don't rigged up some kind of way, and I guess you're gonna chop it and screw it. And God only knows how many of you are involved with that. But I don't care anything about that. But what I do know is it's creepy. And I look at the people on here that, surface under whatever account, and then I gotta, change the email, and I gotta this, and I gotta that, and I gotta hide, and now I'm gonna have to abandon this account and then go back and resurface under some different account. But I look at what you've been doing on here though, for years, sitting around recording. I'm assuming from the minute you wake up until the minute you go to sleep. Day after day after day after day, month after month, week, year, years. It's sick. It's sick. Thank God I knew that there were folk like y'all out there on the internet. I guess that's what y'all were banking on. People that don't know about you, right? There's many of you. And it's creepy, it's strange. And then y'all call me weird, but I look at what y'all sit around and do. But here's the kicker. Who's recording your daughters? Who's recording your sons? It ain't me, but I tell you who it is. It's somebody just like you. Now, normally I wouldn't say kudos to people like that, but if they're doing it to you and yours, kudos to them. Matter of fact, I'm going to change the whole trajectory of this. Kudos to the people that are like you, that are doing to people that you know, people that you love, people that you care about, people that are part of your family. Kudos to them for doing that same stuff to them. Unbeknownst to them, too. That's another kicker. Unbeknownst to them. The whole Facetime Live thing, right? Facetime Live. You don't have to be an adult entertainer to get on Facetime Live. I imagine if somebody gave you $20, ain't no telling what you wouldn't do on Facetime Live. Well, guess what? It's people like you that sit around and record people like that, unbeknownst to them. Something that they think is being shared only privately with whoever it is that's paying them, but it's not. It's not. Who got recordings of your daughters? Who got recordings of your sons? In fact, I guess they're hiding behind some ambiguous account just like you are, aren't they? But I guess they up on these apps advertising what they've done to your daughters and your sons. And they're putting it out there for the world to see. And people are paying to see it on top of it. That's the kicker. Isn't that interesting? I mean, I knew people were doing that kind of thing. Now it's on a whole different level now. You think y'all are exempt? If you a man that's recording me, you think your daughter is exempt? You think your son is exempt from that? They not. If you a woman recording me, you think your daughter is exempt from that? Your son is exempt from that? They not. They ain't gonna tell you. But somebody like me, I can see what they're doing. I can see what they're doing. And the idea, people like you are sitting around recording it. Isn't that something? That's the karma of it. That's the part I love, right? You think you fucking somebody else, but then you getting fucked, right? Somebody fucking your daughter or fucking your son or fucking whoever it is that, is related to you. They're being recorded too, aren't they? Are their clothes on or are their clothes off? Or what are they doing while they're being recorded? I mean, certain stuff I can't say up on here, but believe me, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. That's what prompted this live. I've seen it. First, I was going to say what a shame it is, but it ain't no shame. Kudos to the people that's out there doing that. To your sons and your daughters, because there's somebody out there doing it. A whole community of people are out there doing it, right? Oh, are you on FaceTime? I'm on FaceTime. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it. All I see is the finished product. I'm like, wow. So you're paying people for a FaceTime live, and look what they're doing on the private, right? On the private FaceTime live. But it ain't private, is it? It ain't private. I just, finished scrolling through, video after video after video. I mean, I didn't know people sat around doing that, but then that's what y'all do, ain't it? Well, who's doing it to your sons and your daughters? And who's watching them? Funny how people can be bought and sold. See, I ain't for sale. I ain't never been for sale. You ain't gonna never find no kind of video out there about me where somebody done broke me off. I don't know how much they getting paid for that. And then I'm doing God knows what, right? Thinking that it's just me and that person, but it's not. They're recording you. And they're posting it on social media for the world to see. And they're pimping it. Get money, bitch. That was stuck here with it. I hope they doing that same stuff to you and your family, to you and your kids, to you and your sons, to you and your daughters, or even grandkids and granddaughters. It don't really matter, do it? In fact, I guess ain't nobody off limits. Ain't nobody off limits. You think your son gonna tell you what he did on camera for money and tell you who was watching him? No, he not gonna do it. Your daughter ain't gonna do it neither. So you'll never know. But everybody else will know, won't they? People is paying to see it. I ain't gonna pay to see it. First, I thought it was like, wow, how creepy that is. But then I thought about it. What if it's being done in reverse? What if the people that sit around doing all this different stuff to me, what is being recorded on your sons and your daughters, or what has been recorded for money? Right? Let's say, I'm going to leave it there. I'll leave it there. I'll take the mic going off as a side. I'll leave it right there. I'll leave it right there. But kudos to them folks, folk like y'all. Kudos to them. They all over these apps. And guess what? I guess they don't record it. Your sons and your daughters. And I done seen what your sons and your daughters is doing on camera for strangers. And guess what? I ain't the only one done seen it. It's all over these apps. I would call that karma. I would call it karma.